I beg you, ask your customers. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Ask them what did you enjoy and what did you not enjoy. And then reiterate and reinvent your process if necessary. But make sure it's the best possible service in a box. Hey everyone, my name is Simon and I'm a brand strategist from Canada. And today I want to talk to you about how to productize your services and how I did it to my business. It helped me scale my revenue and profits to the moon. I'm no coder and I've still managed to scale my revenues from a service business with only me as a main employee. After studying the concepts of productizing your knowledge from Naval and Jack Butcher from Visualize Value, I concluded that there was an opportunity right there, for me at least, and maybe you. It was to disconnect my revenue from billing hours. The idea behind that was to build something that scales without the burden of a huge business. But in practice, a consulting business is basically doing one-on-one with clients. At that point, I couldn't see how I could change that and how I could scale that. Of course, you can sell digital products, but what I wanted to do was still work in the business because that's my favorite part of it. So I started to dig and I realized that what if I treated my service as a product itself? And what it meant to me, it was to sell packaged solutions instead of estimated times on certain projects. And that's where the real growth started. I've talked about my process in another video, but I think it could help many service entrepreneurs to get out of the rat race of selling their time. So the first thing you want to do is you want to determine what are the most valuable things that you do for your customers, your top customers ideally, that they enjoy and love and they want more of. Once you've identified a few, make a list out of it. Next, you would want to identify the length of time these services will take for your customers to use or for you to do. For example, let's say that your customers love the informal conversations you guys have in between your service rendering, or when you render your services. You could literally add that inclusion or that service in your productized service as an add-on, as a feature that people love. So you would add to your package informal conversations, unlimited. You don't have to be worried that I will be charging you for those amazing conversations that we're gonna have that you don't even know yet. It's as simple as that. You notice little things that your customers love and you just keep on adding to the product that is your service. And then you make it a process, you improve on it, and then you make sure you deliver on what you promise to your customers depending on the length of the service. So once you figured all that out, you might want to know how to present it to your new customers. The first thing I would do is to name the experience. Instead of saying like, I will walk your dog for an hour, you could say like, I will walk your dogs on the moon. It could just mean that it's a 2-hour walk with treats and a bath and this and that. And finally, when you've named your product, you need to analyze the feedback of your customers. So every time you sell one, I beg you, ask your customers. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Ask them what did you enjoy and what did you not enjoy. And then reiterate and reinvent your process if necessary. But make sure it's the best possible service in a box. So to conclude this, I think selling your time is a fundamental mistake because it doesn't have any processes. There's a lot of wasted time and wasted perception of value from your customers and yours because your incentives aren't aligned with those of your client. You want to bill as much as possible and your client wants to pay as least as possible. That's why you want to determine clear deliverables, put a price on it, and that's it. This concept applies to any service industry. Trust me and thank me later. It's very important here that you shift your mindset from service to product. And the first principle is to charge up front. When you go buy toilet paper at Walmart or Costco, do you use it before you pay for it? Exactly. What you're gonna start to see next is that your customers are gonna be immensely impressed by the value you're delivering in the amount that they are paying. And that's a great feeling because now your value-based selling and your value-based pricing and you're not selling your time by the minutes or the hour. But then you ask me, how would I calculate that? There's a simple formula you can use and it's as simple as that. You could look at your cost, the profits you want to make, and the price relative to the market, so the supply and demand. But of course you can charge whatever you want. This is just a guideline, right? Cost, profit, expenses, put in the mix, supply and demand, and then you compare your price to the market. See if there's people that are gonna be buying it, because if you're just too expensive, you might not make any sales, and if you're way too cheap, you might just lose money from day one and never recuperate from that. Let me know in the comments below, what are you productizing in your business if that's something you're into, and I really wish you found this video useful. Oh, I always forget. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video. I'm gonna put little things all over the video, but just please put a like on it and subscribe if you really do enjoy it. Because if you do enjoy it, it really gives me like motivation to keep going. When I have 1 or 2 likes per video, I'm not sure I'm talking to anyone. But if there's a few likes, then I know like, oh, okay, people that are watching it and they enjoy it, at least some part of it. So thank you guys. Simon's out. I'll see you next week.